Hi, my name is Julia Robinson, and I'm an internal communicator at Oracle. Welcome to Overcoming Video Call Fatigue. I clearly remember March when COVID-19 became a reality. I think we all do. But my memory is less about the 11th, when the World Health Organization declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic, but the Sunday after, when a good portion of IT and others pulled together to prepare Oracle to go remote the very next day. At the last minute, it was determined that our CEO would send a message to our entire 134,000 person workforce, announcing that the offices were closing and that they would soon be working from home. Millions of square feet of Oracle office space going dark overnight. In truth, we had a good portion of our company working remotely, at least part of the time. So we had some experience, but not at this scale. Our team of IT folks and communicators jumped in to make sure the network, systems, and tools were ready for this immediate change, and that employees had a consistent message and a source of truth for all information about working from home. And what a significant change. In Oracle, our Zoom usage doubled that first month, going from 180 million Zoom minutes to an average of 360 million minutes every month since the pandemic began. And Oracle's volume was just a drop in the bucket. Zoom reported an increase of up to 200 million users daily in March from our move to the remote life. And this dramatic change is reinforced with data. More people are working virtually than before the pandemic. According to an October 2020 APQC report, 84% of survey respondents say their interactions are primarily virtual, compared to just 8% prior to the pandemic. Zoom has entered our lexicon, as ubiquitous as Kleenex. Since then, Zoom has become our work, our church, our school, our happy hour, our family holiday, wedding, and funeral. We're all in this together, facing the same challenges. How do we get better at this new world of video interaction at a personal, team, and workforce level? How do we help our employees stay engaged online for seemingly endless hours of video calls? How do we get people to participate like they would if we were all sitting in a room together? What techniques and tools do we have available to enable this, to make us more effective at this whole remote thing? Oh, and most importantly, how do I look great on a video call? Just as an aside, there are numerous reports out there, including a story from the well-respected Hollywood Reporter, about how this Zoom boom is causing a spike in cosmetic procedures. Maybe we're all taking this a little too seriously? There are three things I want you to walk away from this discussion with today. One, confidence and how to improve your video meeting experience. Two, insights into tips, tricks, and tools, as well as do's and don'ts for better video meetings. Three, understanding that we're all in this new normal together, and the best that we can do is be our authentic selves. But first, a disclaimer. I work exclusively on Zoom as a video communications platform, so the focus of this presentation is on Zoom. But the practices apply to other platforms, whether you use Teams, Cisco, or some other tool. So let's get started at the personal level and then shift our focus to helping our teams and workforce overall. What are some tips and tricks to make our lives on video more enjoyable? Zoom can facilitate collaboration and productivity, but video conferencing can also come with a learning curve. Whether you started using Zoom when social distancing began, or if you've been a video caller since the before times, consider these best practices and basic video etiquette. Number one, set up your space. Make sure your space is video ready by clearing out any distractions in the background and centering your video camera on your face. Make sure you have the right camera, and maybe it's not the one that came on your laptop. Investigate a USB camera with more flexibility to place at different angles. If possible, position yourself with light in front of your face and avoid sitting with a window at your back. You'll block the light and look dark. And look into getting a light ring. They're a steal on Amazon, and for $40 you can have professional looking lighting. Also, if your background is lacking in organization, Zoom virtual backgrounds are a great way to hide your personal space while ensuring others are not distracted by activity in your physical background. There's even a new option to blur your background to limit distractions. But just remember, anything you do in public could end up on Twitter. Number two, set up your computer. If you'll be presenting or sharing your screen during a Zoom meeting, turn off any Slack or email notifications and silence your phone to ensure the meeting isn't interrupted. Monitor your bandwidth and make sure you aren't running any heavy network apps like Netflix somewhere in your house. Get comfortable with Zoom's different sharing options, like sharing one application or web page versus your entire desktop screen. Do this before the meeting so you're confident in exactly what your audience will see. And be sure to begin your calls by joining early and doing an audio-visual check. And finally, don't try something different with a new headset or device for a really important call. Go with the tried and true option. But keep in mind that Zoom and other platforms have mobile apps, so have one ready to go in case your laptop or home network fails you. Number 3, practice your presence. If you're anxious about being on video in front of your meeting attendees, record yourself during a video meeting or practice your presentation with a colleague and take note of your habits. Work on breaking any distracting habits, such as saying or like, or touching your face or hair too often. We all do it. In addition, have camera-ready clothing and appearance. That crazy striped and patterned shirt may not be the right choice, and probably the hoodie is not the professional look you were going for. Decide on the tone you're setting for the call and choose accordingly. Finally, don't miss out on the all-important touch up my appearance option in Zoom settings. Number 4, set expectations. While video is engaging, you may not want to be on video for every call in your day. Set expectations with your colleagues for which meetings you'll be prepared for video presence. This way, you're never caught off guard having to turn on video without being ready. If you're in the car dropping off kids at school or picking the dog up from the groomer, it's probably not the right time for video. Number 5, add a profile picture. You can't always be on video. Sometimes you just need a break. A Zoom profile picture can go a long way during meetings when you opt out of video. Your meeting attendees will appreciate looking at a photo of you rather than a blank black screen. Number 6, stay engaged. Using video helps improve engagement on both ends. A recent Zoom survey showed that 82% of Zoom users said there was greater trust when video was used, and 91% said that engagement was higher with video. The key to staying engaged is acting natural. If you're presenting, look at the people on the screen or at the materials you're presenting. You do not have to look directly into your camera to be understood. Number 7, communicate with your housemates. Work with others in your household to create an agreement for when it's okay to approach your desk and when you need privacy. You may want to hold a daily stand-up meeting with members of your household to communicate when you need privacy that day and when you may be taking up more Wi-Fi bandwidth on a video call. Number 8, honor your time. One of the easiest ways to ensure you're staying engaged and alert for Zoom meetings is to understand your personal needs. If you know that your household is loud during dinner time, or if you're not comfortable taking early meetings and potentially disrupting sleeping members of your household, schedule your meetings accordingly. Work from home doesn't have to mean work at all hours. Number 9, plan accordingly. Being at home means direct access to the refrigerator whenever you want a snack. However, that doesn't mean you have free rein to eat or drink during a video meeting. Even one person eating on video can be distracting to the entire group, so try to refrain from eating or drinking too much during a video meeting. Number 10, give them a breather. On the same note, everyone should have the opportunity to eat or use the restroom throughout the day, but sometimes Zoom meetings can run back to back. Consider planning to end meetings 5 minutes before the top or bottom of the hour. Instead of making meetings 30 or 60 minutes long, opt for 25 or 55-minute meetings. Give yourself a gut check. Can you shorten any of your 60-minute meetings to 30 minutes? Number 11, rest your eyes. All of your muscles can benefit from a short break away from the computer, including your eyes. Back-to-back Zoom meetings can cause eye strain, which ultimately can lead to headache, eye irritation, and pain. Alleviate eye strain and improve circulation in all of your muscles by getting up and taking a walk every hour, even if it's just down the hall and back. It's important to focus your eyes on objects at different distances, both further and closer than your computer monitor. If you continue experiencing eye pain or strain, you'll want to ensure that you have adequate lighting around your workspace. Finally, number 12, be understanding. Understand that distractions can happen, even during the most professionally planned calls. Things such as doorbells ringing, children talking, and dogs barking will never be completely eliminated and are simply the sounds of life in our new normal. Now that we know more about how to make life in video better for us, what can we do to help our teammates feel comfortable on video calls and encourage them to participate? There are 5 basic guidelines I want to cover first, and then let's get into some of the Zoom features that make it fun and easy to be more interactive in video calls. So first, limit the number of participants. A small, intimate group is a far more comfortable environment for employees to participate. Try to keep the number of participants to less than 10 and use breakout rooms for more. Invite only mandatory attendees. Do what you can to avoid FOMO. 2, set clear meeting goals, expectations, and ground rules. Plan and prepare an agenda. Decide on roles and plan how you will facilitate, working in opportunities for people to get involved and not just sit and listen. Determine as a team, is video required? How will the team handle multitasking? Involve the team in tracking decisions and actions at the end of the meeting. Then do an evaluation and discuss what's working, what's not working. 3, start with an icebreaker. I saw a variety of ideas while doing the research for this session. I'm sure you have many more, but here are a couple. Share book or TV recommendations. Do a virtual office or home tour. Post a picture of your bookshelf or the inside of your refrigerator. Introduce your dogs or kids before they introduce themselves. Wear masks on Halloween. Take screenshots of your Zoom team meeting. Move the meeting outside on a nice day, or at least have attendees describe what they are seeing outside of their window. Or host an end-of-day happy hour. For fun, you can also go to Zoom settings, backgrounds and filters, and check out the Studio Effects beta, where you can play with eyebrows, facial hair, and lip color. 4, set the right mood. Encourage participation by making the call casual and relaxed rather than formal. Set a casual tone with your settings, clothing, voice, and meeting structure. Encourage people to talk and joke with each other as the meeting is starting up. 5, plant a question and be comfortable with silence. There is no shame in asking someone on the team to be prepared with a question or a suggestion in advance to get the ball rolling. Also, be patient and comfortable with silence. With conference calls, there are pauses while people wait to hear if others are done with their point, and it can take time to get off of mute.
This demo will help you sharpen up on Zoom's interactive, collaborative features so you can hold efficient, productive meetings. The first feature is screen sharing. You can share your screen by clicking the Share Screen button in the middle of the toolbar. The ability to share a screen or document is an absolute requirement. From your meeting toolbar, select Share a Screen, then select the screen or document that you wish to share. Click Share. In the same Share Screen window, you can choose Advanced Sharing options by clicking Advanced on the top right. Advanced features include the ability to share slides as a virtual background or share computer audio. The reactions icon on the right side of the toolbar allows you to react to a meeting with an emoji. Reactions are one of the most fun features, and they are practical. Easily get a feel for participant sentiment by requesting an emoji reaction. The next icon to the left is breakout rooms. Breakout rooms provide the host with the opportunity to separate participants into small groups. Next on the toolbar, polling allows you to engage participants and encourage them to share their views. In-meeting chat allows participants to send a message to the entire meeting participant group or a select few without interrupting the verbal conversation. After you've started a screen share, you can annotate by clicking the Annotate icon on the Screen Share menu bar. This will allow you to collaborate on a document live. On the Screen Share options, click Whiteboard. Let your creativity run wild by drawing and annotating on a whiteboard. Click the View button on the Zoom window and choose Gallery View to see all participants at once. You can also hide non-video participants by selecting Hide Non-Video Participants on any non-video participant's image. Select Multiple Participants Can Share Simultaneously from the green arrow next to Share Screen options. This will allow multiple participants to share at the same time. Finally, the security button in your meeting toolbar provides the host with overall control of the meeting. Thank you. Visit Zoom's support site, support.zoom.us, to understand these features in more depth.
We've discussed some best practices for making the most of video at the personal level and then the team level. Now let's talk about how to keep the workforce engaged at a more macro level. Here are 5 best practices to keep in mind. First, manage the meeting schedule. Back-to-back Zoom calls all day, every day isn't healthy for anyone. Help people understand how to limit their meetings with calendar blocking. Encourage meeting planners to schedule fewer and shorter meetings. Eliminate non-essential meetings. And if there's no clear purpose for a meeting, if there's no agenda or objective, just cancel it. According to a Gartner report in September of last year, meetings are not only unproductive and tiring, but also expensive. A 2019 survey estimates that the cost of ineffective meetings is a staggering $399 billion in the US and $58 billion in the UK. It's worth our time and effort to manage to essential meetings whenever possible. 2, make sure every attendee has a clear way of contributing to the meeting. Audio and video can be monopolized by the top talker and extroverts. Provide a way for introverts and quieter attendees to contribute via chat, brainstorming tools, shared documents, and digital whiteboards. Also, make it interactive. Fewer PowerPoints and more direct input from participants. Target 50-50. 50% of the time is for pass down or sharing of information, and 50% of the time is for collaboration and discussion. 3, prioritize technical pain points. If you're hearing about issues that employees are facing with their technology, fix them. Make sure that audio, video, and workspace issues aren't interfering with your workforce requirements to get their work done. And have a backup plan for technology failures. 4, standardize tools for a consistent meeting experience. Make it easy for employees to engage with audio, video, or other collaboration tools. It shouldn't be a struggle or a bad experience. Make sure participants have the tools downloaded and installed and know how to use them. If this means providing training or a link in the invite to help people download the app, do it. Provide noise-canceling headsets, high-quality webcams, and other audio-visual peripherals to make their lives easier. Make sure the underlying tools and platforms work with their computers and mobile devices. If possible, provide automated configuration or easily followed recipes for connecting. Finally, implement a health check to evaluate the emotional well-being of the video participants. I know in my job, most calls include people from multiple time zones. So in one zone, we're eating lunch, and in another, they're ready for bed. Working weird hours, being on video and calls all day, juggling home responsibilities while working remotely is tough on people. Be thoughtful and considerate of what's going on with the people on the call. Check in and ask how they're doing. In my conversations with fellow communicators, they've shared how they're using digital methods to replace the more traditional tactics and face-to-face discussions we had before so many of us moved to the remote work model. Let me just draw attention to a few. Casual, geo-focused meetings. A Europe-based sales VP told me he realized he missed the chance to connect with his team like he normally would have when visiting our hubs across the globe. This could have been during a group Q&A or maybe just a chance encounter at the coffee machine. So now he goes on tour virtually. His Zoom background is the office interior of his destination, and he meets with a small group from that location. There's no agenda, it's just a coffee. Sometimes the discussion is very business focused. Sometimes it's work-life balance or wherever the conversation takes them. He told me it's certainly not revolutionary as an idea, but it's working well for his team. Using BlockKit on Slack for eye-catching posts. Block Kit is a Slack feature that allows you to customize the appearance of Slack post content in individual blocks. You can add images, banners, and other graphical components to make your posts more eye-catching and draw more attention to important announcements. Virtual Diwali Party. One of our application development organizations recently held a virtual Diwali party and created a video to share from the event full of Indian history and traditions, photos, videos, even cooking tips to help the full organization understand the culture of a large portion of their team. Finally, Team WhatsApp group for personal and formal interactions. Another EMEA-based team told me that they needed a place for non-work, just social interaction within the team. So they set up a WhatsApp group where they post personal and formal pictures or comment on a situation like the weather forecast in different global locations on the same day. And last on the agenda today is a video from one of our collaboration architects talking about collaboration tools and how to evaluate them.
Hello, my name is TJ Rosenthal, and I manage the design and architecture teams for Unified Communications at Oracle. I'm going to be discussing some of the tools and platforms that are used for engaging a remote workforce. The way we work and the tools we use for collaboration have drastically changed over the years. In recent times, when the pandemic hit, companies moved to a work-from-home strategy, and everyone scrambled to find different collaboration tools to meet needs as users adapted to a new way of working. Based on my experience, I've broken the various collaboration tools into 4 categories: productivity, communication, broadcasting, and brainstorming. I will briefly discuss each. Modern productivity tools such as Office 365 and Google Docs are widely used and include a full suite of online apps that allow co-editing of documents, spreadsheets, and presentations in real time across various device types. In addition to these apps, team workspace tools like SharePoint and Confluence are complementary services that allow users to easily build, organize, and share content across the organization by creating sites and pages where content can be uploaded, searched, and managed seamlessly. These types of portals and intranets have become the central location for common resources and knowledge within the organizations. Communication tools span a variety of technologies, including traditional services such as telephony and email. However, in recent times, and with a more widely dispersed workforce, users have shifted to more collaborative communication tools such as instant messaging and web conferencing to meet their needs. Vendors in this sector, including Slack, Zoom, WebEx, and Microsoft Teams, have seen a significant increase in usage since the pandemic. These apps combine various services into one single application, allowing users to communicate in various methods without having to change apps. Users can now start an instant message conversation and seamlessly transition into a one-on-one phone call, and even migrate into a web conference to screen share or to meet with a broader team quickly and easily with the click of a mouse. Sharing video content across the organization and connecting with customers virtually has never been more important. In a world without in-person events such as conferences and trade shows, broadcasting tools allow businesses to reach a wider, more dispersed audience. Platforms like Zoom, WebEx, and Microsoft Teams can provide basic functionality for webinars for smaller audiences, while other broadcasting platforms such as Kaltura, Brightcove, and others provide brandable video portals and customizable platforms for live events to help boost engagement when announcing a new product or hosting a town hall or providing personalized training. Companies are also leveraging social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to more effectively reach and broadcast their content to consumers. Another lesser known set of apps that I call brainstorming tools has become an important part of the collaboration suite. These platforms provide an unlimited online digital canvas for visual collaboration, like an in-room whiteboard. These tools allow you to take raw ideas and thoughts and visually turn them into designs and actionable tasks. With brainstorming tools, users can draw out a concept, workflow, or diagram, map out a complex process, or formulate a complete project plan in real time with multiple team members who are working in different areas of the canvas. Now that we've discussed the types of collaboration tools, it's time to talk integrations. No one tool has it all, and users are becoming more demanding that platforms integrate with each other to make their day-to-day tasks easier. While integration between apps are nothing new, Collaboration platforms like Zoom and Slack are working on the next generation of integrations where apps can be accessed and utilized directly within their platform, providing a streamlined user experience. So now that I've covered the various collaboration tools, how do you choose the one that's best for your company? From experience, the first thing you need to focus on is the problem or need and not the technology. You should meet with various stakeholders within your company to understand what their requirements are and be able to successfully define what you intend to accomplish as your goal. Investigate multiple platforms. Take your requirements and talk with multiple vendors. Score them on how well their platform stacks up with your needs. Talk to them about their platform redundancy, security policies, and ensure they've done independent third-party assessments to ensure they are testing regularly and meeting industry standards. And lastly, understand how they integrate with other tools that you are using to understand the possibilities for improving the overall user experience and increasing productivity. Thank you.
As I mentioned up front, my objective today was to arm you with information that would make you more confident in how to improve your video meeting experience, give you insights into tips and best practices to engage your team and workforce, and provide a common understanding that we're all in this together, and being authentic and caring about the well-being of others will help us all be successful in our video world. Thank you.